Tools you'll need for replacing brakes on a 2014 Ford Fusion. One, you have your floor jack, a screwdriver or pry bar, a thin pair of channel locks, either a C-clamp or an actual brake pad or brake caliper compressor, your 3/8 ratchet, a 15mm socket, a 7mm hex, a breaker bar to take your wheels off, and a hammer if your car is older to help you get things apart. So today we're working on this 2014 Ford Fusion Titanium EcoBoost. We're going to be doing back brakes on it, upgrading to drilled and slotted rotors. So, take your key and your ratchet, break all the tires loose. Once you get them all loose, grab your floor jack. So I'm lifting the car up right underneath the spring pocket on the rear lower control arm. You don't have to lift the car as high this way because you're actually lifting up the suspension. Finish taking these lugs off. Get the wheel out of the way to get to the brakes and stuff. Roll the tire out of the way. Let's see here, there's a lot of grooving on the tires, or on the rotors. This piston looks like it's actually pretty far out, which is a telltale sign the brake pads are pretty much gone. So there's 75-ish thousand miles. Pretty sure these are probably the original brakes. So a lot of people don't really pay attention to back brakes when they should. So it looks like on the back here there's actually caps. We're covering that. Pop those off. Okay, so you'll need a 7mm hex key. Get your 3/8 ratchet out. Screwdriver, small pry bar. Go between the bracket and the caliper. Or not. I've never actually done brakes like these before on something this new. So we're both learning here, but I will learn for you. I'm guessing this is some sort of spring to help hold everything together, but it's kind of in our way. So I think if we pry it off here, or maybe if we pry it this way. Yep, there we go. Just make sure what way you took stuff off of. I'll try to pry this out. pad off. Back pad. You see they're grooved in pretty good. Normally that makes them a lot harder to actually get them off the rotor. On the back here, looks like two 15mm bolts. Get so many miles on them, they get pretty stubborn up here in Michigan. Gotta love our crappy roads up here with all the salt on them. This one broke loose now. Switch back to our other ratchet that fits in here a little better. Get our bracket off. Brake rotor. Obviously gonna be stubborn, so we'll grab a hammer and give that a couple love taps. Give it a couple taps. Comes off, and you see how bad back of the rotor was. Come over here. Had a package show up yesterday. Detroit Axle. Haven't had any issues with their stuff. I got pads and rotors front and back on my truck. The Ram out there. You got your brake pads. You got your rotors. I guess that was, oh, I guess the box just ripped. But I figure we got some drilled and slotted rotors on here. See if we can find some brake cleaner on this dirty bench. Carbon choke works pretty much the same. As long as it's something that doesn't leave a film and dries. And it says cleans all unpainted metal parts, so that's good. Okay, so for the piston, got a little tiny lip here. You gotta grab pliers or channel locks, whatever you got. Turn it a couple times. I always just use a C-clamp. I know they make special tools to push in pistons. Should be good. Clean up the slides on these brackets real quick with a wire brush. caliper back out of the way. Slide our rotor on here. Bracket with there. Sorry. Got a rotor on there. Grab the bracket. Two 15mm bolts. Remember right there. Box, see what came in here. Brand new springs. Got your left and right brake pads. Spring goes on the inside. Your pad with the spring goes on the inside. And without the spring, goes on the outside, just slides right in. Grab our caliper. Make sure our slides are pushed back out of the way. 7mm Torx bit. Remember to put your caps back in where the bolts are. Just snap in. Tools out of the way. Put our wheel back on. And there you have it.